Oh, God, it's so good. So good. So good and tasty.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty movie critics! Because I think 2001's Planet of the Apes is good, actually. With the recent Planet of the Apes sequel coming out very soon, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at a Planet of the Apes reboot that is considered garbage, but I think it's good, actually. Planet of the Apes premiered in 1968 and was a mega hit. It spawned an impressive 4 sequels and 2 TV series. Yet, by the late 70s, Star Wars came along and changed the entire game. This pretty much killed the franchise despite it still having a very huge fan base. The kids that grew up with Planet of the Apes and its sequels were now filmmakers and wanting to see this movie brought back to the big screen. And indeed, many directors tried to reboot the series, including Adam Rifkin, Peter Jackson, Oliver Stone, James Cameron, and others. Finally, Tim Burton, of all people, got the job, and in 2001, his version of the film came to the big screen. According to the book Burton on Burton, the quirky director was a huge fan of the original film and also its sequels. Considering it is a classic, he was excited yet standoffish to remake what is rightly considered a watershed moment in the sci fi genre. Right away, the movie sets the perfect tone with an amazing Danny Elfman score, and this launches us right into an amazing bit of subversion with a present day non humanoid ape piloting a ship. This, of course, is a simulation, we come to find out, and also adds a nice bit of foreshadowing for things to come. Burton is clever enough to take the time to plant seeds that will pay off later. Planet of the Apes is a PG-13 movie with a toy line from Hasbro, yet it's amazing that the film still retains a darker tone, balanced by humor and anchored by some whip smart satire of politics and humanity's self destructive nature. This is, of course, keeping in the spirit of the original '68 film, which wasn't shy about its on the nose commentary regarding social issues. Burton isn't afraid of tackling serious subject matter like racism, classism, and hot button topics like gun control. Speaking of which, this is a very anti gun movie, which is made all the more incredible when you have a late in his career cameo from Charlton Heston from the original film, and his deathbed speech has been surprisingly read as anti gun, and this is wild considering he was famously the face of the NRA for a long time. Despite clocking in at nearly 2 hours, the film clips along at a nice pace. Burton is okay with slowing things down, however, to really let you get invested in this strange world, its customs, and characters. It's really well done world building that a lot of filmmakers could take a page from. And I know the ending is hated by most, but as some other YouTubers pointed out, it actually works really well, and I think it does follow its own kind of internal logic. I also appreciate the fact that Burton also plays with a lot of the pulpy sci fi elements that are cheesy, yes, yet the film is never self aware. Yes, in a pre Marvel era, you could have a very sincere genre outing without the need to undercut it by quips. And oh my gosh, the battle sequences is just really amazing, especially when you know that it's not all CGI. Like the amount of work that went into a scene like this is simply staggering. Speaking of which, the look and the feel of Burton's film is truly and utterly incredible. The set design is used to perfection and really highlights this rich and organic looking world that feels lived in and thriving. Then you have the makeup by Oscar winner Rick Baker. Holy crap, just look at these makeup designs. They are just mind boggling.
So this is a plasticine sculpture of a young gorilla. They're laying up the dam here to make it multiple-piece molds. And he's going to then cover this with, are we making ultra-cal mold on this one? This is where we are casting our background masks. This is different than the foam rubber. In the foam rubber, it's injected into, this is a liquid that's poured in and it builds up. And then we pour it out and we build the thickness that we want here. Let's see. Can you kind of hold it up so we can kind of see the inside of it a little bit? Hold it the other way around because it's upside down. Kind of video might look interesting because you usually get that negative thing looking positive if the light's right. This is what a mask looks like when you first pull it out of the mold. You know, it's got no paint, no hair, not at all finished. And then when you get one painted and haired up, it has a much better look. You know, it's like a big difference in the quality of what they look like. In this room, mainly we're doing punching where the hairs are individually put through the rubber and then sealed on the other side. See, she takes a needle and gets a hair and shoves it right through the rubber. And then once she finishes, we go through on the other side and seal all those hairs before we trim it. And this is one of our background masks, our number 3s. This is one of our number 2 masks, which is a foam latex mask where the hair piece is put on. Viate here is adding hair to the back of the head. This still needs a little more trimming, this head, actually. Here, Lynn is making a foundation for one of the wigs for one of our number 1 gorillas. He's taking this lace and this ribbon and actually first creating the foundation that the hair is then tied into. So.
And the sad thing is that we never, ever will see things like this again on a big budget movie. Because sure, the CGI mocap stuff in the later Apes reboots is great, don't get me wrong, but it will never look as good as practical effects. And I'm not anti-CGI by any means. One thing I will admit is Mark Wahlberg is hopelessly miscast here, but I don't think it ruins it for me. Yeah, it's hard for me to really justify him here. However, the co-stars are just simply incredible. Michael Clark Duncan, Helena Bonham Carter, and freaking Paul Giamatti giving these excellent and kind of really weird performances. And it's something that, again, we're never going to see in a modern big budget film again. Then you have Tim Roth, who is terrifying as Thad. Like, Roth gives a bold performance that, like the other actors, you're just not going to see ever again. It's unhinged. There's totally no restraints. Yet, it really fits this kind of weird world that Tim Burton has created here. Planet of the Apes is a damn fun and enjoyable movie. It's by no means perfect, but it's not the garbage fire everybody thinks it is. I'm glad that this movie is slowly getting a reappraisal. And as I say, we will never see a movie like this again. So if you avoided the movie, I say, what the hell? Check it out. I admire a movie that isn't afraid to take big swings, and oh boy, does this movie ever take some of the biggest, craziest swings. Yet, it's not weird for weird's sake, and its world building and internal logic is well thought out. Tim Burton's vision for Planet of the Apes doesn't feel lazy. Indeed, every frame drips with style, which retains Burton's signature Burtonisms. I also love the pulp sci-fi feel, especially in the first few minutes of the film. Unlike modern movies, this is 100% earnest, with no snark or fourth wall breaks. Truly, it's a one-of-a-kind movie. But what do y'all think? Do you like the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes? Have I gone bananas? Weigh in the comments and please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.
National Hockey League. Tonight, let the good times roll.
Tonight, Fox is under ape control.